The Emperor's Mistress. NCR 17. NC 17, and I don't remember what the hell that thing was called. Once we went to PG 13, everything became rated R. It became a little bit more hardcore. NC 17, I think it was. You couldn't even get in with a parent unless you were 17 years old. What that does, it takes a rated R, a bloodbath B movie, and it separates it from the art. You know, this movie is going to be an NCR 17. This movie, NC 17. This movie is going to end up at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's a porno. It's called The Emperor's Mistress, and it's a story about all these old movies. They have sheiks, they have the Mormons with their 4 wives, they've got all these, leaders, they've got their harems, but we really don't see it. I used to drink at a bar that a police officer in China owned, a bar in China that a cop owned. And I would drink with him quite often because for some reason in China, it's the only place I've ever been where the cops like me. I'm telling you, I must have been there before. 以前我去哪里？我相信以前我去哪里？ I said, I believe I was there. And then I said, yeah, I believe I was there. I think I was there. 我相信。And so you've got these people that have their harem. You sit in a bar with a cop that owns the bar, and you watch as a van pulls up to the massage parlor across the street, across the dirt street. And all these girls jump out and they're like, yay! They're new masseuses. They're just getting shifted from place to place. And they're all still young and happy. And they have friends. They have jobs. Girls gotta eat. But here's the movie. What about the one that was in the harem, which every one of them has been, probably at some point until it's the next one's turn. And there's the leader taking one out of the crowd and saying, oh, you're the best. You know, I'm sure I'm with the others, but there's no one like you. And I would love to marry you. Well, how about a blowjob? And after that, and he says, but according to the ways, we can't mix. This has to be our special secret, you and me, baby. And then he passes out because he just had an orgasm, and his body thinks that he's spread the seed, and it's okay if he dies now. That type of thing. I've got a frozen beer here, a slushy, that slush. But then what happens after he's had her enough? 3 or 4 times, and they keep bringing more and new. I mean, everybody knows that hamsters, the refractory period is like cut in half or something. After they've done it with another hamster, if they drop another hamster in there, it goes, oh, and it gets erect and it gets on it. The refractory period is just, it's fractionalized. So they keep bringing the leader new women, and pretty soon this one that believed she was going to be queen, the empress herself, because of the lies he told her, he starts calling for her less and less. And then one day, somebody shows up in a van or a chariot, whatever you want it to be. I don't know if it's going to be a period piece or if you're going to have to figure out this is the way it's always been, and you show up in a van and maybe have a chariot on the side of the van, you know, some guy that just transports these fucking women. Literally, but not in, you know, disdain. Girls gotta eat. And he comes in and takes this new empress. To another place where it's the same old, you know, taxi driver talk, Harvey Keitel talking to Jodie Foster, dancing with her and telling her how she's the best, and so she still thinks she's special. She's just not going to be the empress. And then the time comes and the van shows up again and takes her somewhere else. Maybe there should be a movie, and it could be all porn. I mean, there's going to be a lot of sex in it, because that's what the movie's about, is how a woman is come to believe that she can get what she wants from sex, and that's all she's ever known. So she's not wrong, except for the fact that she's wrong. Everybody gets kicked to the side in time, and we watch as it gets worse and worse and worse. And I'd say there's no happy ending, but probably in the final scene there will be a happy ending. At the very time, there's a gun to the head.